Caleb was had a big heart. He was a real compassionate kid. He was the youngest of my three kids. He was born at home, which was pretty cool, and he was just had a lot of friends and was very athletic, and he just was a bright light in our lives, and just easygoing and fun to be around, and very, just very compassionate kid.
Mhm. And he loved to skateboard, it
He
looks like.
loved to skateboard. Yeah, at the age of 3, I had a scooter, and he figured out how to push the handle down the scooter to turn it into a skateboard, and that was it. And yeah, he was skating passionately ever since then.
I kind of did some, investigative journalism, right? I
Yeah,
kind of went and looked at some of the pictures and videos of him, and it seemed like he was really good. I saw a
he was
picture.
really good. Yeah, he was really good. He loved it, and he would practice those tricks. And skateboarding is, you have to be very persistent, with doing all these tricks and things. And he'd be out there all the time with his friends, and they would be videoing each other, and it was really great.
Was there a certain skate park that he really liked to go to, or was he just open to
He
anything?
he went to Marsh Creek a lot because, of course, the skate park downtown Raleigh wasn't there yet. But Marsh Creek, Chapel Hill, Apex, Durham. He really went all over the place. And then he would street skate a lot. He'd go over to NC State and skate over there. So Caleb, he died of an accidental overdose. And so he was, dabbling in drugs, unbeknownst to us, and yeah, I kept it real secretive because I think he was ashamed that he was struggling. And there's such a stigma, with addiction, that I think he just really wanted to try to figure it out himself. But it got away from him quite quickly. And he passed away on his birthday, December 19th, 2017, along with another friend. So they were, yeah, partying, and they just, it happened very quickly. So yeah, and it was unintentional. He was a freshman at ECU. He had a lot of life in him, and was, planning on doing a lot of things with his life. And so yeah, it was devastating, to say the least.
I
So
I believe it. I believe it. I feel I've worked with, moms who have lost their child to overdose. One of my family friends lost their son to overdose, and it's one of those things that you just never in a million years can imagine experiencing until it
no,
happens.
no, not at all. Not at all. So and he had some friends that he lost through overdose as well. So yeah, and you would think, if you've maybe lost someone, maybe then you won't do it, but addiction is not is not like that, and it doesn't and yeah, he struggled kind of behind the scenes. So that's really hard. We knew to an extent, and we tried to do everything we could, but yeah, it happened. And so now we try to celebrate his life as best we can, and that's why I'm doing all this for him.
Yeah, tell
Yeah.
me about kind of how you're kind of taking this and transforming it into
Mhm.
something to help the community. What led to you wanting to collect skateboards? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, after he passed, I really felt like, in the beginning I just was numb for many years, and then I felt like I wanted to do something. I felt like I want to keep his name alive. I want to do something to give back to the community. I love Raleigh, and I love this community, and um so I didn't know what to do. And then I kept kind of getting these signs, and I kept asking him, and a skateboarder and a kid on a skateboard would come by, and I'd be like, all right. And so I finally, in 2020, I decided I'm just going to start a GoFundMe, and let's just see. I really just didn't put much thought in it. I just thought, go from the gut, just do this. And the outpouring of support and love that I received from my neighbors and the community was overwhelming. And I raised enough money that first year. I bought 7 skateboards. I reached out on my next door app just to see if there were any kids, and it was like that. And the best thing is that morning, Christmas morning, a couple of the parents sent me pictures of their kids open. I'm getting goosebumps opening the gifts, and it's such a hard time, Christmas, especially with Caleb's birthday being a week before Christmas. And for me, on Christmas Day, to look at those pictures of these kids, it completely warmed my heart and brought me to tears. And I thought, this is what you got to do. This is what we're going to do. So I've been doing that since then, and it's just been. I'd like to, start a bigger organization someday, and maybe do this year round. But now it's just a little something that I do to give back to the community, to share Caleb's love of skating with the other kids. You know.
Yeah. So just did you start this in 2023? Is that what I
2020, yeah. So it was like
2020?
during COVID too, yeah. So it was during COVID, and I raised some money, and I bought the skateboards, and the kids and the parents came to my house, and we came out in masks, and I gave it to them, and it was just like very grassroots, still grassroots, but very simple, but it was, yeah, the biggest surprise to me was I thought I'm just going to do this because I want to give back, but I received so much back from it that I didn't even imagine, and people thanking me, and I got to talk about Caleb to other people, and people would share stories about their skateboarding and how much joy it's brought to their life. And so there's all of that then that happens and is happening and is amazing.
That is amazing. So
Yeah.
5 years down the line from when you
Yeah.
started this,
Yeah.
I saw the pictures of all the boxes. Can you tell us, how much money you raised or how many skateboards were bought, like any kind of numbers at all?
Yeah, yeah. So this year I raised a little over $1,200, and I was able to buy 11 skateboards, 7 scooters, about 14 helmets. And in fact, I have to go to Endless Grind after this and buy a few more and then bring to Neighbor. But yeah, I brought a bunch to the Boys and Girls Club the other day, and then Neighbor to Neighbor in Raleigh here. They do such great work with the kids in the community. So I'll be bringing a bunch over tomorrow for them. And I also have some skateboards that were donated to me. And so I'm going to bring them to Endless Grind and see if I can, put together some boards and have them, if kids down the line want to skateboard. So.
That is amazing. That is so
Yeah.
cool. And I'm
Yeah.
sure those organizations are also very grateful for that as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And it's just so much fun. Again, yes, when I went to the Boys and Girls Club the other day, there was someone who worked there, and he told me a story about how he saved his money when he was younger to buy his first skateboard and how much it meant to him. So it's just, I kind of come full circle, and I get as much out of it as, I'm sure that the kids in the community that get these skateboards hopefully do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And all the while you're kind of sharing the story of your son
Right.
and
Right.
sharing his life with them in a way.
Right, exactly. Right. And that's why, yeah, I started the Skate for Caleb. I have an Instagram page. It's Skate for Caleb, where I just post things about him. And then every December we do this fundraiser. So I get to keep his memory alive. I mean, I talk to him every day. But I want everyone to know that how amazing skating is and how much joy it brought him. And that to be able to share that with community is a huge gift for me.
Yeah.
Support your local skate shops. Endless Grind's a great one. The Raleigh skate park, go there, and support local skate parks. And I think we should have some more in Raleigh. I think it'd be great. I think skating is it's multi-generational. I go to the skate park once in a while just to sit there and watch the skaters. And the other day I saw an older man helping a younger kid, show him some tricks. And I thought, this is, you don't find that in a lot of sports. And it's just, it's a great activity. And I'm psyched that I get to share it with kids in the community.